I think that this was the night that I got arrested. And then like 3 days later, ended up going to the psychiatric ward, and then like a few days after that, I went to rehab, and I've been clean and sober ever since.
Hell yeah!
Since that last night, you hung out.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's all Be Real's fault, man.
Pretty much, right? And yeah, baby. I remember we one of the guys we were with his name was Stomper.
Yeah.
And Stomper was a legit
Stomper.
dude.
He's a serious guy.
Right, and I had this little like neighbor war going on because I was always out of my mind, all loaded on drugs, and I was all loud, and the neighbor would call the cops, and then I'd be so pissed because why are you calling the cops? When really I was like out of line. But then it just escalated to a point where I'd be banging on the wall, trying to piss off the neighbor. And at this point, now I've like banged a hole in the wall, you know? Like on my side of the wall, like I banged through to where there's like the fiberglass shit in the middle. But then on this night, I just kept fucking going.
You wasn't going to stop.
I kept going. I pounded through the dude's wall.
Yeah.
So now I'm like looking into the guy's apartment, and I'm like, "Fuck you!"
Hey,
you know?
I'm standing there like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
And so the guy, you know, I mean, he was already calling the cops anyway. Now I fucking blasted a hole in his wall. So of course he calls the cops again, and I'm so fucked up. I think at this point now, like, the only people left, I think, were me and Stomper. And the cops showed up. Stomper like hid in the fucking bedroom. Like I opened up the door and like set up a camera, so I actually videotaped the cops arresting me. And the thing was, when they got there, they're like, "Hey man, Steve-O, dude, you know, like you're cool and all, but we have no choice. Like we have to arrest you for vandalism."
You was out of control. You was out of control.
You know, they're like, we just got to take you in for vandalism. Wow. And I'm like, I got no shirt on, no shoes. Yeah. I'm like fucking, they're like, "Hey, it's going to be cold in jail. If you want to go into your apartment and like put on some shoes and a shirt, like we're cool with that." And like, honestly, that gave me the best opportunity to go into my apartment and take the bag of cocaine out of my pocket.
They gave you a break.
Yeah, wow. Smart.
Right, I could have done that. I could have tossed the bag of cocaine behind the sofa in the living room or something. But nope, I was so fucked up. I say to the cops, I'm like, "Fuck a shirt, fuck shoes, let's go."
With the bag of coke in your pocket.
100%. So I go to the jail with the bag of coke, and then they empty my pockets at the jail, and then they fucking arrested. I got arrested while I was getting arrested.
You got an extra charge.
I got an extra charge, felony cocaine.
This is still that night?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. How long ago was this?
This was years ago.
It was the beginning of March of 2008.
Damn.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And was that the same apartment where like that documentary came out where you were on Whippets and all that stuff?
Yeah, that was the same apartment. I did all the Whippets in.
He was wilding out in there, man. When I see you go through that wall like that, imagine you're on the other side.
Oh man.
That's like a fucking commercial right there.
That's like the fucking Shining.
Yes, the Shining. Steve-O is shining you right now.
You still know that neighbor?
I don't, man. I don't. He was like as I understood it, a first year attorney. Like trying to get his shit going. And after I got sober, I tried to contact him. You know, it's like I wanted to like meet up with him and make shit right.
Apologize?
He declined. He politely declined to meet up with me.
Damn, dude, it must have been that bad. Like Joey Diaz got the guy he kidnapped to come back on his podcast, but you were just a horrible neighbor. Like it was bad.
PTSD right there.
Yeah. But hey, man, that happens.
Anytime he hears a little noise.
Or just the thought knowing he was gonna meet up with him. Like this dude made my life hell for like.
So how cold was it when they arrested you? Since you
dude, I can't even remember, man. I know that I had my own little cell over there at that Wilcox jail in Hollywood, and I was in there for like a few days, And then when they let me out, I was just tripping. I fucking took the bed sheets from my cell and like stuffed them all down my pants. And when I came out, they had like TMZ paparazzi there and shit, like just waiting to film me come out. And I'm like talking to them and pulling all the bed sheets out of my. I'm like, I stole the bedding.
So you think going to jail helped you stop?
Well, I mean, fuck, not that time because I went back to my apartment and I had all these vials of ketamine and shit. And I cooked it all up and I'm snorting it. And like 2 hours later, I'm jumping up and down on the roof of a fucking car and like.
Right back.
Dude, yeah.
You went to jail again?
I could have, but I somehow didn't.
They gave you a break.
They gave me a break. And
They don't call you fucking Steve-O for nothing.
Yeah, they gave me a break, and then I ended up, being locked up in a psychiatric ward like a couple days later.
Was that the moment?
That was pretty much it. Now the psych ward deal was Knoxville set that up. Knoxville was like alarmed by what was going on, and he reached out to Dr. Drew. He says, "Yo, Drew, like we've reached that point with Steve-O," and Dr. Drew agreed, and Dr. Drew explained like what he could do. He was like, get in there and take him into the psych ward on the 5150.
Yeah, they take care of you there.
Yeah.
And dude, so Knoxville organizes this intervention. He rolls up to my apartment with like 8 dudes, and they're like, all right, here's the thing, you're going to the hospital. And it was clear if I didn't like that, they would just beat my ass and take me anyway because they were serious. So I get to the hospital and I'm like spitting on people. I'm just like, I was not being cool. And so they took my 72-hour hold and turned it into 2 weeks. And that was the saving grace because 72 hours I would have gone out and just got right back to it.
Right back to it. Yeah.
But it was about a week into it where like the fog cleared just enough and I was like, all right, damn, man, I got to do something here.
It changed your perspective because you were finally clear.
Enough. I mean, yeah, I just admitted to myself that what was going on wasn't cool. And dude, to this day, man, like 13 years later, I've been clean and sober for 13 years. And by the way, thank you so much for abstaining from smoking out the room for me, dude. It's a big, that means a lot to me.
I respect my friends, man, and I know that was a journey for you and a tough one. And the fact that you're holding strong at 13 years, man. I mean, we got to respect that.